The NFL universe has been thrown into absolute chaos with the shocking whispers surrounding Devin Lloyd's potential move to the Commanders. Sources close to the situation are hinting at a trade so audacious that it could redefine how teams approach roster building in the coming seasons. Imagine a linebacker with the instincts and athleticism of Lloyd suddenly stepping into a defensive scheme that has long been in search of a true centerpiece. The mere idea of him anchoring the Commanders' defense sparks heated debate across social media platforms and sports talk shows alike. Fans are divided between pure excitement and sheer disbelief, as analysts scramble to project how such a transaction could impact both sides of the field. Every report that surfaces only seems to amplify the frenzy, creating a storm of speculation that refuses to settle. One thing is clear. If this move materializes, the ripple effects will be felt not just in Washington, but across the entire league, challenging conventional wisdom about how elite defensive talent is acquired and utilized. Speculation is swirling around what exactly the Commanders had to give up to secure Lloyd, and insiders suggest it could involve multiple high-value draft picks or even a player or two who have been cornerstones of the team for years. The implications are staggering because it signals a shift toward aggressive roster moves, a willingness to gamble on immediate impact over long-term development. Fans of the team are already envisioning a defense that could terrorize quarterbacks and disrupt offensive game plans week after week. Meanwhile, rival teams are likely taking notice, evaluating how such a trade could alter the competitive landscape and force them to rethink strategies for both drafting and trading. Commentators are framing this as a potential turning point in the league, where one bold move could trigger a domino effect of high-profile trades and shakeups. Every angle is being dissected, from salary cap maneuvering to scheme fit, and every speculation only fuels the growing frenzy. If Lloyd steps onto the field for the Commanders, it may not just be a game-changer. It could be a statement to the entire NFL about ambition and risk-taking. There is also an intense discussion about Lloyd's fit within the Commanders' defensive identity. Known for his relentless pursuit of the ball and uncanny ability to read plays before they unfold, he could slot into multiple roles, enhancing flexibility and strategic depth. Analysts are buzzing about the possibilities. A hybrid linebacker safety scheme, stifling coverage, and explosive blitz packages that could overwhelm opposing offenses. Rumors suggest that coaches are already mapping out scenarios where Lloyd becomes the fulcrum of their defensive philosophy, turning previously predictable formations into complex, chaotic looks that challenge even the most seasoned quarterbacks. Fans are theorizing endlessly on forums, debating whether this single acquisition could be the missing piece that propels the Commanders into legitimate contention. Every mock scenario seems to elevate expectations, and even skeptics admit that the potential is tantalizing. The league is watching closely, and the narrative is spreading like wildfire, creating an atmosphere of tension, excitement, and speculation that is hard to contain. The trade chatter has also sparked debates about player loyalty and team culture. Would the departing players feel slighted? Could the locker room dynamic shift dramatically? Sources suggest that front office executives are confident in their ability to integrate Lloyd seamlessly, emphasizing leadership qualities and a competitive edge that align with the Commanders' vision. Fans, meanwhile, are imagining highlight reels of bone-crushing tackles and game-changing turnovers, the kind of moments that define seasons and create legends. Sports shows and podcasts are overflowing with hot takes, some skeptical, some wildly optimistic, all feeding the narrative of a blockbuster transaction that could rewrite expectations. The sheer audacity of the rumored trade has captured the imagination of fans and pundits alike, ensuring that every detail, true or speculative, becomes fodder for endless discussion. If Lloyd indeed arrives in Washington, the league might be witnessing the birth of a new defensive powerhouse, with a storyline that will dominate headlines for weeks, if not months. Rumors also suggest that Devin Lloyd's move could trigger a cascade of other trades as teams scramble to respond. The NFL operates on momentum, and when one team makes a bold, headline-grabbing decision, others rarely stay idle. Scouts and general managers are allegedly already recalculating priorities, eyeing potential trades, and evaluating whether they can find equivalent impact elsewhere. The ripple effect could extend to free agency, draft strategies, and even coaching decisions. Fans are theorizing on how rival franchises might react, predicting a summer of high-stakes maneuvers designed to keep pace with Washington's sudden surge in defensive firepower. Social media is ablaze with speculation, creating a near-feverish environment where every rumor feels like breaking news. The allure of Lloyd joining the Commanders isn't just about a single player. It's about an entire ecosystem of strategic recalibration that could redefine the balance of power in the NFL. The stakes are monumental, and the buzz shows no signs of slowing down. Finally, the cultural and fan-driven impact cannot be overstated. Commanders supporters are envisioning a transformation in team identity, one that emphasizes dominance, aggression, and swagger. Merchandise sales, social media engagement, and ticket interest are all rumored to spike with the news of Lloyd's arrival, creating a tangible economic and emotional ripple across the franchise. Analysts speculate that if this trade comes to fruition, it might not only be a football move, but a branding masterstroke, elevating the Commanders' national profile. Conversations about the league's competitive hierarchy are shifting, with Washington suddenly positioned as a dark horse threat to powerhouses who previously assumed superiority. Whether the trade is finalized or remains in the realm of rumor, the narrative itself has already taken on a life of its own, captivating fans, critics, and casual observers alike, proving that in the NFL, speculation can be just as intoxicating as reality. As the rumor mill churns, the discussion about Devin Lloyd's potential impact on the Commanders continues to dominate every corner of the NFL conversation. Fans are speculating about how he could redefine defensive strategy, perhaps ushering in a new era where linebackers are more versatile than ever imagined. The intrigue lies not just in his athletic ability, but in his cerebral approach to the game, which allows him to anticipate plays and create turnovers with alarming consistency. Social media is flooded with graphics, mock plays, and highlight compilations, all theorizing how Lloyd might be utilized to maximum effect. Analysts are crafting scenarios where his presence opens opportunities for other players, creating a chain reaction of strategic benefits that could elevate the entire defensive unit. The anticipation is almost palpable, as each new tidbit of information fans the flames of speculation, suggesting that this could be more than just a trade. It could be the defining moment of a franchise's trajectory for years to come. The intrigue is compounded by the secrecy surrounding the negotiations, leaving fans, pundits, and even rival teams in a constant state of guesswork, fueling endless debate and excitement. Speculators are also examining how Lloyd's arrival could influence the team's drafting strategy moving forward. Would the Commanders feel less urgency to invest heavily in the linebacker position in the next draft? Could this move free up resources to target offensive playmakers or bolster secondary depth? The possibilities are endless, and every rumor sparks further conjecture. Insider chatter suggests that front office executives are weighing both short-term gain and long-term strategy, attempting to balance the immediate impact of Lloyd's talent with the franchise's overarching vision. Fans are imagining combinations of veteran leadership and young talent, theorizing how Lloyd's presence could accelerate the development of promising players around him. Each hypothetical scenario is debated with fervor online, creating a virtual ecosystem of speculation that rivals the intensity of actual game analysis. The narrative of Lloyd joining the Commanders has already become a story within a story, drawing attention far beyond traditional fan circles and into the mainstream sports consciousness. There's also a fervent discussion about coaching strategy in light of this potential acquisition. How would defensive coordinators adjust schemes to exploit Lloyd's unique skills? Rumors suggest possibilities ranging from more aggressive blitz packages to innovative hybrid formations that blur the lines between linebacker and safety responsibilities. Pundits are dissecting pass games, projecting how Lloyd might have changed outcomes or altered offensive decisions if he had been on the field. Fans are theorizing endlessly about signature plays, imagining moments where Lloyd disrupts high-profile quarterbacks and becomes a household name for his game-changing instincts. The fascination lies not only in what he brings individually, but in how his presence could catalyze a systemic shift, transforming the Commanders into a unit that commands respect and fear league-wide. As speculation mounts, every angle of coaching, game planning, and player synergy is scrutinized, feeding the growing buzz and leaving fans on the edge of their seats with anticipation. Trade rumors have also ignited passionate debate about team identity and culture. Could Lloyd's arrival signal a broader, philosophical shift for the Commanders? Sources whisper that executives are intent on building a culture of dominance, and adding a player of Lloyd's caliber could serve as a cornerstone of that transformation. Fans are theorizing about leadership dynamics in the locker room, wondering how veterans and younger players might adapt to the presence of such a high-profile acquisition. Analysts speculate on the psychological impact of a trade this bold, considering how it might influence team morale, accountability, and competitiveness. Conversations spill beyond sports media, capturing the attention of casual observers fascinated by the drama of NFL trades. Every rumor reinforces the notion that the Commanders are playing for more than just wins. They're signaling ambition, intent, and a willingness to disrupt the status quo in pursuit of dominance. The excitement is electric, feeding a narrative that could define the team's identity for years to come. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Furthermore, the speculation surrounding Lloyd has implications for rival teams, who are reportedly monitoring the situation closely. Executives and coaches are allegedly recalculating priorities, evaluating potential counter-trades or free agent acquisitions that could neutralize the Commanders' newfound defensive threat. Fans of opposing teams are engaged in a parallel frenzy, theorizing about how their squads might respond and what moves are necessary to maintain competitive balance. The rumor mill has effectively expanded into a league-wide conversation, where one potential trade has consequences far beyond the immediate parties involved. Every analyst panel and podcast seems to return to the question, what does this mean for the balance of power? The narrative, regardless of its ultimate resolution, has already influenced perceptions, creating a sense that Washington's ambitions are both audacious and unavoidable. The excitement, speculation, and debate surrounding Lloyd's potential arrival have transformed a single-player rumor into a story with league-wide ramifications. Amid all the speculation, fans are imagining the emotional highs that could accompany Devin Lloyd stepping onto the field for the Commanders. The anticipation of big plays, game-altering tackles, and highlight reel moments creates a narrative of hope, excitement, and dramatic tension. Every social media thread and sports forum is alive with projections, debates, and hypothetical scenarios, showing how deeply invested the fan base has become in this unfolding story. The rumor itself has achieved a life of its own, independent of confirmation or finality, captivating both casual viewers and die-hard enthusiasts alike. Merchandise, ticket interest, and fan engagement are all speculated to surge, reflecting a tangible enthusiasm tied directly to the possibility of Lloyd's impact. Even in the absence of official announcements, the mere discussion has generated a narrative that feels consequential, immediate, and electrifying, proving that in the NFL, speculation can rival the intensity of reality in shaping fan experience and discourse. Finally, the overarching theme is the uncertainty and thrill that surrounds elite player acquisitions like this one. Devin Lloyd's rumored move to the Commanders embodies everything fans crave: bold decisions, strategic gambles, and the tantalizing possibility of transformation. The speculation, debate, and excitement ensure that the story will dominate headlines and conversations for weeks, leaving fans, analysts, and rivals on edge. Every new hint or insider whisper only adds to the frenzy, making the narrative as compelling as any playoff thriller. Whether or not the trade is finalized, the idea of Lloyd joining the Commanders has already reshaped perceptions of the team, inspired endless hypothetical scenarios, and energized a fan base eager for change. In a league built on anticipation, unpredictability, and spectacle, this rumor captures the imagination, proving once again that in the NFL, the story is often just as thrilling as the game itself. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.